Welcome to D6 Stories. I'm your DM tonight, Josh, and we're going to start with everybody introducing their character. We're going to start with Nate, and because Nate has such an interesting one of these, I'm just going to have to reiterate what your flaw is. What is the big problem with your character? And if you could just...
Yep. So name and flaw?
Name and flaw.
Alright. Playing Elrondel, the wild magic sorcerer drow, and his flaw is severe to extreme wild magic. I don't even know my spells between long rests.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm playing Felric, and he was a gnomish Kensai monk, but after being displaced by a panther, he was turned into a ghost, as we would commonly know him as. And so his flaw is now currently that he has borrowed time. So he has so many charges of being able to go incorporeal. When they're up, he's done. And we'll see if they last long enough.
It's quite the flaw, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
The rest of us are like, speaking stuff.
Liz?
So I'm playing Abbott, and Abbott is a cleric, and he speaks fluent Celestial, broken Common. If you didn't already know it.
Emily?
I play Mississippi, and my flaw is that I don't like being the center of attention. I don't do crowds. Don't look at me. Stop looking at me.
And Gideon.
Gideon is human bard, and he, due to a really lovely curse, is illiterate. All the words magically jumble around, and so I'm a bard who can't read.
All right, so just a quick recap of what happened last time. So we started last time at the edge of what's called the Carrying Grotto, and it's this crevasse that leads into a cave. And so they were in this crevasse. They had just kind of finished dealing with this large rhino beetle that's probably the size of an elephant, and its ball o' meat. And then they proceeded to monkey around with the Carrying Grotto. They fought some leeches. The players got to experience the cruelty that is. I saw something gross on the internet, and we're going to totally.
It was really, really gross.
Play off of that.
It was really gross.
And then we met some halflings, right? And Mississippi can tell you that halflings are more beautiful than they ever have been. And
was that what I was gonna say?
yeah, they went back to town. Gideon got to make out with the most beautiful person in town.
It was an experience.
Steal my woman.
But you legit, sorry, I missed that day. You legit were like
She was in my ear.
down with the.
Yes.
Okay.
I got pretty up close and personal.
Yeah, but you actually like.
I didn't get to first base.
Okay.
And then they went back and messed with a gigantic purple corpse. And at the end of that, Abbott had this wave feeling over himself, and he walked himself up to the entrance to the actual grotto, and that's where we left it.
Didn't we hear him say something like?
Yeah, I started speaking in complete sentences.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
horrifying.
Started.
He said, it's calling me by my feet.
Yeah. In a complete sentence, and so all of you were very weirded out by that. All right, so let's begin.
We were kind of a couple of us were running towards her at that moment.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You were. Yeah, you were running, and I was following suit.
And as soon as I get out of this climbing harness, I'll be there. May take me a moment.
So the entrance to the grotto, there's a lot of sharp rock there, and that sharp rock is you can see bits of dried blood kind of all around the entrance to the grotto, but the sharp rocks obviously dig into the larger creatures that kind of enter here. But Abbott just kind of gracefully steps over these rocks and into the cave.
Is my gaze fixed?
Your gaze is completely fixed.
I get.
The second closest one would be.
It's not me.
Which is not you, because you're.
Oh, I'm gonna be last.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're working to get out of this harness. Is Felric, right?
Yep.
And Felric, you get up to the mouth of the cave.
Sorry, I'm pointing at Felric on Twitch.
Oh.
Felric.
Yeah, Felric.
Not that one over there. That's not Felric. That's Ellen.
So Felric, you get there, and she's probably about, when you get to the entrance, she's like 10 feet, or he is 10 feet in.
Right.
And still walking.
Genders are hard.
So I'm going to keep trying to catch up and see if I can figure out what's going on.
She's not running.
No.
He is not running.
No, he's not running.
Right, so I'd be able to catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah. So he walks probably another 10 or so feet, and you catch up to him, and you're able to put a hand on, I guess, his shoulder, hip, not a shoulder. You can't.
Well, you
reach
could
that
jump maybe and get the shoulder.
It's neat. Yeah, since your ghostly gnomish hand can hit his hip.
Say, Abbott, where are you going?
I'm going where my shoes take me.
You should probably wait for the rest of
So Gideon, you get to the mouth of the cave. Were you running as well?
Yeah.
So you and Gideon are next to each other. You're right there at the mouth of the cave. You can see them 25 feet in. Felric, you're concerned about him. You hadn't noticed at first, but now you see that there's little streams of blood kind of dripping through the walls and forming a small stream at your feet. And the stream kind of works its way into the cave.
Well, that's new.
So like her boots, brand new, amazing, robin feathered boots, which have butterfly style wings on them.
Robin's egg blue? No, it's fine. I'm sure robins here are blue. It's fine.
No. Robin's feathered boots.
Okay.
They have butterfly wings instead of feathers. So
Because of course they do.
Yeah, because those are robins.
are completely drenched in this. As she's kind of splashed around.
Hey, Abbott, stop. Abbott!
You're still not completely yourself. He's kind of holding you, but you want to go in. And you're not. You're completely aware of what's going on. You're with it, so to speak, right? But you have this urge now to keep going, into this.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give our cartographer the first room here.
How
You
dark is it?
Are
it
we
getting
starting
dark?
from the
Here's the
bottom?
first room.
Oh, okay. This is really easy. I don't have any glue.
You don't need glue. You can just
What
set it
is
down.
the entrance?
The entrance is a small point. Okay. Yeah. So there's a stream of
Thank you.
kind of like little tiny points in the wall where blood kind of seeps out and creates this larger stream, and it probably actually gets to about 3 to 4 feet wide as your as it goes. You get up to the cave at this point. You're
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep, 'cause I'm
avoiding
not gonna-
as much of the blood
You
as
two are at the
possible.
entrance yet. You haven't really stepped in, but you're looking in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not sure at this point because you're not in there.
I'm
So
gonna
is it like
pull out a little
gnome
notebook
deep?
and be
Is
prepared to draw this cave.
Is
as
it a
we go
gnome
in.
deep? Is it a halfling deep? I'm there.
You're up there, and just the soles of your feet right now are.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right up next to him.
Gross. Abbott's still moving forward, or
So Abbott, you want to move forward, but you're able to restrain yourself enough with him holding kind of your hip, whatnot. You're completely with it. You want to go, but you're no longer being compelled to go.
oh,
No longer. Okay.
okay.
So I'm gonna. Why holding me?
You were walking on your own and saying things that don't make sense for you. We should at least wait for the rest of the group if we are going to go any further, though.
It's okay. I'm here.
So we
Sorry.
arrive at this point then?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys walk up,
Great.
and
I'm
you're
tiptoeing
just at the
around
point.
the blood.
You're just at the point where your sensibilities about dark vision and whatnot, or light, kind of lose you. You can't see that much further into the cave. You can see that there is it does kind of turn to the left a little bit in, so the cave kind of branches.
So I'm gonna look down at my boots and be like, oh, my boots.
Yeah, your boots.
Aw.
Your boots. You're worried about them staining in this.
Yeah.
Gross.
This
This new world sucks.
I light a torch.
You light a torch. So you light it, and yeah, you can see that there is kind of a clearing up ahead, and off in the distance, it branches so kind of lazily to the left and also to the right, and about halfway between that, you can see that it branches to the left.
Yeah.
You have your.
Yeah.
So that's the exact
So this is
everything.
what I see.
That's exactly everything you can see.
Cool. All right. In case y'all are way too far away. Sorry.
Yes.
So there's like it's branching. You said.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
branching.
So
Which direction are my boots?
Well, you're far enough back where you're not at the branch yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think we should get up to where we're not standing in blood.
We have to walk through the blood.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could just. I
Unless
rolled
you-
to see
unless
if I
you
would
can
puke.
levitate.
I rolled to see if I puke, and I rolled a nat 20.
blood?
No big deal.
No big deal. This reminds you of that time that, and then you can fill in the blanks.
Someone threw a bat on stage.
Yep. I've seen this. I've seen this play before.
Really bad idea.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
I started singing a song about death in a boat, going down a river of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure do.
What is this? Oh my
Show
god,
it to
okay.
the camera.
Alright,
Show
we
it
gotta
to
show
the
it to the camera. That is,
There it is. It's okay. I realize I have to get a lot closer than normal. There we go. It's death
yeah.
In a boat,
in a boat,
in a river of
and I
blood.
start singing a song about that.
Alright,
Someone out swinging.
Here we go.
and with that creepy song, you guys all get the courage to continue on. And you do see that there is a spot up to the left there that
Is out of the blood.
out of the blood.
Go there.
I guess Gideon kind of keeps walking in the blood for fun.
I'm gonna push you out of the blood.
Okay.
I'm very small.
Going to get out of blood.
Okay. So you walk up
rocks
and
in
you're
it.
over there, and then you see a small room to the left. It's not very low. It's not very big. It's probably 15 to 20 feet around. Huh?
Nothing.
Can I see anything better than that
Don't worry about
because drow?
Yeah.
'Cause drow.
You're basically a perfect sight down there.
Mhm.
Okay. And go ahead and roll a perception check to kind of like gauge the areas.
You're not much better. Let's go with a 6.
Wow.
Your eyes keep getting drawn back to the bottom of your robe as you're like trying to keep it out of the blood as you're stepping up, and you're like, you think you got some on you. You got a little blood on you.
Is there
I
anything?
can see this.
Is there anything I can
Little
see?
cold water.
at all?
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Do you also have?
ASMR.
Okay. Go ahead and roll up perception yourself as well.
I'm throwing
As
rocks
well?
into the blood river.
Is this a one you're focused on your shoes?
Perception. I've got a 10.
Okay, so you keep like you're looking off into this room to the left. Everybody kind of generally looking there, but your eyes, even though you're trying to force yourself, keep looking off to the right.
Are my boots perceiving this?
Yeah, your boots are perceiving this as well. I guess we'll just go with that.
I'm gonna investigate it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a little closer.
So she's ignoring the room. I guess he's ignoring the room. It's hard to see.
We're gonna get there eventually.
And walks kind of towards, and you see that there's a path to the left and a path to the right, and the stream of blood kind of follows the flow.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of dry ground that goes to the left, right?
Yeah.
Wait, we're not going in that room?
I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, wait one moment. I'm gonna go take the torch into that room.
Throw a rock in the room in front of her.
Okay.
I'm gonna be stealthy about it.
All right.
I'm distracting whatever's in there. Can that help her?
Yeah,
Be
that's
stealthy
a
as
19 plus my stealth, which is 24.
You get into the room, and you notice that. So this is a natural forming cave here, and in the center of the room is like a bed of
A bed.
fungus.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Could be a bed.
Little
bad
tiny,
track
little
record with
tiny
mushrooms.
mushrooms that are probably 2 or 3 inches.
Okay.
They are green in color. They have I would say fleshy tone. Well, your fleshy tone. Trunks, but green caps with purple little spots. With a whole kind of like you probably like 200 of these.
I'm gonna draw my rapier, and I'm gonna use the tip of it to kind of
Kebab.
sever.
Oh, you know anything? No, of course you wouldn't know anything about this.
I'm not a biologist. I'm not a horticulturist.
you
What's
wouldn't.
mushrooms?
That was good.
What are mushrooms?
So
Right?
Funguses.
Yeah.
You're about to become
Fungology?
mentally damaged by my
My
Yeah,
Mycologist?
probably.
Mycologist?
Thank you. That's the word. I'm not that.
I would award when I was a DM, I would award one of these for that kind of understanding. Well done.
yeah, so it's a good thing you're not the DM.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, I was just saying, Jeff. I was impressed that you just pulled that out of
Yeah,
where
that's,
now.
that's good. I also enjoy that.
That was cool.
So what are the rest of you doing while she's doing this? She is.
Watching.
Yeah, you're watching from outside.
Yeah.
I would have put the
I'm
torch like just at the entrance of this room,
I'm
so
still,
I'm not carrying it
I'm
with me.
still
I,
kind of like
I would be
looking that
standing
way.
close to the torch then.
I can
You
see
can
the
hold
best,
it.
so I'm probably looking down the other
I
the
don't
other
have exclusive
direction.
torch, right?
Yeah, down towards the branch.
Mhm.
Oh, this is before the branch. Okay, I thought this was at the branch.
Well, this is one branch, and then there's another one that's further up.
Well, you might just be causing it for yourself.
Okay.
That's okay. What's your wisdom? Just out of curiosity. If that's your dumb stat, this is great.
It's not my dumb stat.
Oh no, man.
Right.
Okay. Strength is. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm small.
So you guys are all the 2 people that have the best vision are looking down the
Other way.
other way,
Mm-hmm.
and you cut off one of these.
At the very tip of my
mushrooms with the
rapier, so
very
I'm
tip
like,
of your rapier. Yeah. So you have them. It has toppled over to the side.
Poke it again!
and there was there like a visible cloud of
Spore
spore?
cloud.
Yeah.
That's what we were all waiting for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Explosion, sleep gas. Okay, I'm gonna spear it with my rapier.
It's kind of got a fleshy feel to it as you spear it in. And then you kind of.
Does it bleed?
No, it's mushroom. It has a little bit of.
What world are we in, man? Gideon is not expecting anything. I just made out with a witch.
I wonder what mushrooms are called in this world.
Okay.
A knotted tongue.
Mushrooms?
Pixies.
Probably know
I'll have
this
to
is
ask
corn.
Tatnat. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Probably know
Okay.
they call this corn.
Right? Yeah.
corn.
Candy.
So you now have a spotted mushroom on your rapier. Huh?
Okay. Is it like shedding spores?
No.
Or anything? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna.
Anything
put out
else in there?
Gideon.
No! I'm tired. I'm not putting any other strange things in my mouth for a
So
good
you
while.
walk back to Gideon?
Why would you want to put it in your mouth?
I ate a.
Showing it to you.
Listen, I thought you said you wanted me to eat it.
No, I said I'm
Oh.
holding it out to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's what so you like pointed at, he's like, no, I'm not eating any, that's literally what it says. Yeah. And after that, Firefly. Firefly for you equals good, Firefly for me equals bad. You should eat it.
No.
I don't, I just,
Okay, I'm gonna take it off the end of my rapier and I'm just gonna like wrap it in a little bit of cloth.
Okay.
did you see anything else in there?
No, did I see anything else in there? I don't think I did.
You didn't really look.
Can eat stuff, right?
Well, I'll go in and look around.
You go in and look.
Okay, yeah.
Not get
Go,
poisoned
yeah,
as
go.
easily?
Don't
I'll
step on
kind of
the
just,
mushroom.
You go in there, so
and-
it's kind of hard to see because the light.
I have
is-
the
so
torch.
grab the torch.
She put it down.
You
I
grab
grabbed
the
it.
torch. You
told
walk
me the only
over
thing I cooked was
next to
and like
Mississippi,
So,
and then
girls
you
can't see in the
get
dark. Well done.
wide-eyed. You're looking at Mississippi, and she's got these gigantic ticks all over her back, and you can see that they're swelling up.
I
First it was leeches. Now it's ticks. Everyone wants a taste of Mississippi.
gosh dang it. I will
What are you looking at?
hang on, and then I'm like, Denise. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say something to the effect of, I wouldn't touch her. You don't know where she's been. And I'm gonna cast vicious mockery on one of the tick things.
That's more mockery on her.
No, I literally aim it at. Oh no!
Did you?
I don't know
fail?
what just happened.
He rolled a 1.
What am I doing?
Bottom one.
Maximum damage and an additional target within range is affected at half potency, or the spell's area of effect is increased by 5. So she has 2 of them on her.
She's got.
Oh no. I hate ticks.
I'll allow you to roll a d12.
So
now it's your fault.
How big are these things?
Well, they're growing apparently.
There are possibly 12 of them and I can't
They are
feel
this.
them.
They are this size.
Oh!
There are 9, so you kill 2 of them,
And I'm like, hey, help!
and they burst.
Ooh,
They
that
have both
felt bad.
drained a hit point from you each.
Oh, okay. That's not so awful.
Help! She's got ticks on her. Don't move. And then I'm just gonna run up with a knife. And
You
be
run
like,
up, and then you with the torch in the left hand. You run up with a knife. You raise up your arm. Tick.
Hey, let's leave.
Yeah.
Hey, let's leave. Okay, I'm just gonna run away. I was
So you
gonna go in
look
to help
over.
her, and then I'm like, and so if
I'll let you roll.
knife hand or torch hand.
It was knife.
Okay, then I mean instinct.
With the torch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to roll an attack on it? Or
I rolled for you. And you kill it.
okay.
It takes 1 hit point of your blood away.
Okay. I probably hurt myself with some fire.
No.
Oh. You're so kind. Think of that.
So you're looking over there, and she's got, they're running back, right? And you can see he's got less ticks because he's been in the room literally like 3 seconds, and she's been in the room probably like a full minute or so. So I'm gonna allow you to roll a d4, and that's how many other ticks are on you.
4.
So there are 4 more ticks on him, 7 more ticks on her,
Piece of crap.
and they
No
come
wonder
out into the
he was
room.
looking at me so weird when I was taking my time with that mushroom.
I assume that they two aren't paying attention too much, but they looked over when the screaming,
Right.
Yes!
yeah, screaming happened.
So
And you
much of
look-
the screamings.
You guys are completely fine.
So I probably wouldn't have noticed this earlier because I lost my dark vision when I became a ghost. Sorry.
That's fine.
So
It just means that you're probably staying at the entrance.
You just
or
saw
something.
Gideon smack himself with the torch.
Yeah, no,
I see that now.
you see- yeah. So, anyways, you guys get over,
Yeah.
and you
Or
got
help.
these.
Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
And it's literally like swelling. With what?
Can I? So like, I'll come over and be like, all right, like I'll slow you down. Is there a way I could? Is there a way I can pop these off?
Can I
without-
feel these?
Vinegar.
Oh,
Can I feel
there's like
them?
a little tweezer thing. on
Now
the-
that you're like paying attention, you can kind of feel me a little bit.
If I have one on my back, I'm falling on my back. Since
Like
I've seen
just
these
stop,
things
drop,
pop.
and rolling.
Yes, absolutely.
Can I? Is there a way I can get these off without causing too much damage?
You can sure as roll a medicine check.
Okay.
So you come over
I'm
and
proficient.
roll a medicine check. You fall on your back. Roll acrobatics.
Sure.
To see how well you get. What do you do? You rolled a 1. She's like, I got this, and she just grabs it
Great.
and pulls.
Yep.
And there's another hit point worth of damage right there.
Yep.
But she completely pops it.
All right.
And now your hand is covered in Mississippi blood.
Can I make a medicine check?
Sure.
Okay.
Do better than I can.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna tell her. Just leave it on. It'll be fine.
You probably
It's
lose
It's probably good
17.
Yeah.
It'll
So
clear itself
so
out.
you grab it and you notice that it has like 2 little pincers,
Yeah.
and these are big ticks. So you're able to just take your fingers and go in between the pincers, and release it.
I do that
Yeah.
for all of them that I can
okay.
that I can reach,
So
and I will say,
you take the time,
watch.
and I'm going to say
Watch.
that what ends up happening is you take half of all the damage you
Okay.
take remaining. So you had 6 remaining.
Yeah. So 3.
3 more points worth of damage.
Okay.
What was your acrobatics check?
14.
Yeah, you completely squished
Squished.
3 that were on your back. Just and pop, 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 like zits.
Hey, Ghost Boy, help me out!
And you're seeing there's one. It's crawling up his face.
Not my face! Not my slightly
How far away
beautiful
am I?
face!
Do I see this
You're
yet?
standing right next
Okay.
to him.
I'm gonna mage hand it off him because I don't want to touch it.
And three hit points of damage there, sir, from those 3.
I don't
You're
want to touch
using
it.
that. You're pointing at me with magic again?
Yes.
Maybe that's not
Sure.
the best idea.
Nathan?
Yeah. Because these things are like the size of a softball, so
Yeah, they're huge.
yeah.
That's
Not you!
with the mage hand, 5 pounds of force, all it takes. Boom. Splat. Last point of damage, last tick.
I'm like yelling, not you, him, please, anyone but you.
So when she's removing them, by the way, they're still alive when she removes them
Because they're not going to splat.
because they're not going.
How many are left on her?
6.
Okay. How
she's-
is this not
she's
gingerly
removing them
remove
one by one.
spike on the ground?
I'll help get
But
the
they're-
ones that she can't reach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I know the right way to do it.
I have no interest in touching these things. That's why I mage handed him.
Yeah. All right. So you're looking and you're like shuddering, and you look over into the room, and you can see that there are a few now crawling on the floor, and they're going towards the walls, and they're starting to climb back up. And you look over to the ceiling, and you're like, what you thought were maybe part of the ceiling, actually a mass of ticks.
Like above in the cavern?
This place.
Yeah.
Or
I
above
don't know
the-
Fireball
In the
is
cavern.
where
In
Okay.
that
This
in
new
that
world
room.
sucks.
Okay.
This new world sucks.
I want to go home.
I do too.
I'll be like,
But the ticks are normal size.
I'll be like, we go now.
No.
This
No.
way.
Not normal size.
No.
I want to go home where the ticks are normal sized.
We
What?
go.
No, I don't want to be here.
We go where boots take us.
Abbott,
Where are
Abbott,
your boots taking us,
Abbott,
Abbott?
did you see what was crawling on us? Abbott, why would we go deeper? This is terrible. This is a terrible idea.
The boots.
Take your boots off.
No.
Take your boots off.
No.
They're all covered in blood.
You no touch my boots.
There's.
Which team are you on? You want to go deeper?
She could injure herself if she goes without boots. Besides,
Gideon's like this close to actually just being like, screw you guys. I'm like outie for real. Like, good luck with life. Good luck with life. See you.
besides, they said that there was going to be a lot of crystals in here.
Yeah, but we did.
Yeah, but also that would be suicide.
And also,
They didn't use the word suicide. They said it was just dangerous.
Can I cast some calm emotions in here and help chill everybody out?
Avoid the cave. It is death.
You can if you
It's
want.
not suicide.
It. You know what? Getting real sick of your sass.
how about?
There are ticks on the ceiling.
Yeah.
We point up and there are no ticks above you.
Alright.
Huh? I step on one and I'm like,
Pay more attention.
we haven't thoroughly looked out there
Give me a
yet.
charisma check.
Everybody?
Everyone within 20 feet.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they're pretty frightened.
You can. I think you can willingly fail this, right? Calm emotions. I think you can willingly fail.
Probably. I'm sure.
It's fine. Is that my +2 or
The creature can
minus
choose
2, or
to
is that
fail a
my
saving
minus
throw if it
6?
wishes. If a creature fails a saving throw, choose one of the following 2 effects. So you
Yeah.
choose 2.
That's it.
Yeah. You choose to fail this
Oh.
calm emotion. What do you get though?
You know what, Abbott? I had like, what I have? I had 19. Abbott, you weren't just being sucked dry. I know that happened to you yesterday. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. I know that happened to you yesterday. But I had a little experience, and I'm not thrilled. There's too many things that like to eat my blood, and maybe we just kind of wander around out there like the other scavengers and get lucky. Maybe. What?
Goose problem.
Goose fraba.
Anger management.
Oh, I haven't seen that in
Be
a
like,
long
goose
time.
fraba.
It's not working.
So you guys are having this argument,
Yeah.
and
I'm not trying to slow everything down. I just.
you notice that the circle only includes 4
The circle?
of the 4. Yeah, the circle of the 4 of you.
Oh, he finally
Who's missing?
He finally disappeared.
Is he missing?
No, who disappeared?
Yes. For some reason, you see him, and he's over at the 2, the branch, and you can see that he's determining which way he wants to go.
See your boots too.
I'm not wearing boots.
He's not wearing anything.
I'm just burnt.
Ghost Boy disappeared.
Elric!
What are you
So
doing?
we see him going that
Elric!
way.
What are you doing?
What is wrong with you?
And
Where are you going?
To the right.
No, we want to go to the left.
you're going to the
Following the blood. Oh.
And yeah, he follows
Oh, yeah, I
the
was
stream
literally
of
just
blood,
playing my
and he
phone.
walks
Okay.
to the left.
That's fine.
So he's staying on the dry land.
Because
Okay.
you don't want to hit the effective or something.
No, it's
Oh, you're flop.
Okay. So he walks that way. You guys are standing in the circle, and you just see him just.
What do you do?
At this point, I'm just keep walking.
A wave of compulsion kind of wave goes over you.
This seems like a good way to go.
Where are you going?
And I point in the direction I'm going.
No, you're not in the room in there with them anymore.
I'll just be like,
Elric,
goose
come back.
So hear me out. He's died once.
No! I go after Felric.
I'm the
For
last.
some reason, I was thinking like Jake Peralta, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where he's like, "Hear me out, this. Hear me out." This keeps going. We go into the room. Now, hear me out. We kill the ticks. Now hear me out.
That's one of my favorite shows. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
I
you
begrudgingly follow them.
I'm following him.
I'm like the second. I'm like, okay, yeah. This guy knows what he's talking about.
I saw the person that keeps us alive go. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I like my chances with them
second
first.
will save.
I find myself
Wisdom
alone
saving
and
throw.
go. Oh.
I rolled wisdom saving throws for everybody, and you failed.
Do you really want to risk it out there with the
So
I turn around and I'm like,
things?
A 21.
Okay. You feel the compulsion subside, and you're standing at the entrance of the next room.
Okay, so this is
The left.
the way we're entering. We're entering from
that.
here, with where the okay. Cool. So it's like that. Wow, this really is a uterus. Sorry.
Doesn't look like that at all on my map.
Biology.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never actually looked at mine.
What? PG-13 there.
Oh
my
I
God.
don't know. My kids in middle school and doing biology stuff. I think that's okay. It's just a thing.
organs.
So, anyways,
I'm sorry.
you guys catch up to him, and
Okay.
Felric is standing, and he's kind of in awe as he sees that there are 3 gigantic mushrooms in here that are probably 20 feet tall.
Look up. Look out. Look up.
And they dwarf him.
That's not an
And-
accomplishment.
Yeah, they gnome him, I guess. And you can see that there's some movement amongst the mushrooms. One of the caps is kind of one of the smaller caps is kind of
Quivering.
moving to the right a little bit. So like there's a big mushroom stalk, and then there's a cap that's kind of like
with regularity.
Irregular.
Wind?
There's no wind down there. Also,
You spent way too much time indoors, dude.
The blood that's kind of forming the stream kind of pools here and is soaking into the ground. You can see that in the center of the room. The dirt in here is blood soaked, and that's where these mushrooms are kind of growing out of. And you also can see that the path continues.
I look at the ceiling.
Okay. You look at the ceiling, and
Is
you
it
can
moving?
see some. You can see basically the top of this cavern, and no, it's not moving at all. But you guys are all standing at kind of the entrance here, and Belric has stopped himself at this point. And
Belric?
you all, I mean, you were completely aware of moving here, but you don't understand why, and now you're feeling like that you got Abbott.
You just make me a verb.
Yeah.
So big mushrooms.
Good
Cool.
news. The ceiling's not moving.
Nice view, and exit. I mean, feel free to completely ignore Gideon, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just playing the way he'd be in this moment. That's where he's at.
So,
You.
what pulled you here? Her boots pulled her. What?
So when she said boots earlier, I think that's just how she talks. So I think it was the same whatever,
Okay.
but we're here now.
It once
going.
was a giant mushroom that ate someone whole, and I'm just trying to
Mushrooms
make
don't
up.
eat
I'm making
people.
up a terrible song right now about what I'm seeing.
So you're saying right now.
Yes.
I want everybody to make perception checks.
Can I also make a stealth roll? In addition,
Sure.
because
What are you stealthing behind?
I want to.
You gonna stealth in the water? In the blood? Sorry. You gonna stealth? You gonna go up and stealth behind some of those mushrooms?
Well, my idea is that I want to go find out what the thing in the mushroom is,
Yeah.
but I don't want the thing in the mushroom to see me if it can.
So that it's like you're completely open here. The
Yeah.
only thing you can do is
Yeah.
hide behind one of your allies.
So there's are we like all the way up here now at this point, or
Yeah.
are we still back down here?
Yeah, you're at that choke point.
We're at that choke
So you
point.
you want to go around the corner, so you're not.
Yeah, I kind of want to go around the corner and see if I can try and stealth along that wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing so blind because
Perception?
he has
21.
Wow, that's perception.
23, nat 20.
Nice.
Wow, cool.
4.
Okay, this is for
9. Bad.
Elrindel.
Perception.
You hear some whispering, and it's very hard to hear, especially over the song, that annoying song
Oh yeah.
that Gideon is singing right now. And it goes to something along the lines of Mookie. They speak. Coming from generally in front of you.
Remember that one time the ticks fell out.
I'm
of the
gonna
sky?
point at Gideon and say, "Shut up."
And I'm only stopping because your magic actually worked once.
Fine.
So what's your stealth check?
9.
Okay. So you're tiptoeing.
Being very obvious that I'm tiptoeing.
Yeah.
Yep. This is we're pantomiming here, guys.
Sneaking in the
Yep.
cave while holding the torch.
No, he's holding the torch.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm holding
Yep.
the torch
I'm just,
now.
kicking loose stones around probably.
Would
My
I have
perception
heard the
is
same
eight.
thing or no?
Yeah, you heard something like whispering, but you couldn't make out the words.
Could I tell what language?
Maybe, Colin?
I'm gonna tell the people that are around me. I think something's either the mushrooms or something in the mushrooms is talking,
How loud are you saying
and
it?
they know about us.
You're just like, there's something
whisper.
in the mushrooms.
Oh no! She decided to walk away. I'm letting the immediate vicinity that.
So you're walking around, and what are you trying to like? Okay, say you get halfway around the corner, basically there.
Yeah.
And are you continuing to look into the mushrooms?
Well, it's yeah.
Yeah,
How
you
much
can
of
see-
my light is showing?
You can see that they're behind this one gigantic. That's enough to barely illuminate the room. You can see behind that one larger mushroom that's kind of in the center there. There are 2 smaller mushrooms, one with a red cap and one with a kind of emerald cap. They're both. So you can see that the emerald cap one, it's kind of peeking out.
So it's moving.
It's moving.
Does it look like it's looking at me? Like, do I see a face? I don't know how much of the light from the torch is coming around the corner. So.
You don't see it. I mean, it's a mushroom.
Moving
Mushrooms don't have faces.
You're not wrong. I'm gonna wave at it and see if it responds.
So you wave, and the one with the red cap raises an appendage and waves like this.
Did we all see this? Do we all see
No,
her?
it's behind the cap.
Oh, okay.
You guys can
No,
clearly
can we
see
see
her.
her? Yeah, we see her waving at something.
And then pause for a moment and then continue to wave. This is really uncomfortable. Okay, and by uncomfortable I mean this is great. I'm having a great time. No, really, this is okay. Hello?
The emerald cap raises a hand and swats the other appendage, and at that point, it says, "Mookie, stop!"
Loud enough for
everybody to hear.
Hey, Abbott, are these some of your friends?
Mookie?
Are they? They're not in my
You have no. I mean, no. But you guys can't see them because they're around this mushroom stalk, this huge mushroom stalk.
I'd like to move forward.
Okay.
I'd like to see these friends of mine.
Yeah, it was just a snide comment because we're still walking further in. I was like, friends of yours there?
Keep blowing on this and like moving the.
I'd be like, I friends with everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Tick that you pulled off? You're
So
friends
you
with that?
so you move. Do you want to like round the stock?
I want to follow the same path she took.
All
But
right.
I'm not gonna
So
be sneaky.
so you round and she's still. Are you still waving?
I've kind of stopped when I'm like, oh, and I would say, Mookie?
I wonder if Mookie sucks some
And
blood.
Abbott rounds the corner right about the time you say Mookie, and you see that there are two. Now that you're close, you can see them kind of clearly. There are two mushrooms that are probably the same height as you. Their caps are. Well, I'll just show them to you. You guys can pass these around. That's exactly what they
Can we
look
show
like.
it to the camera?
Yeah.
Alright.
So
There's our little friends here.
the
They're
The-
so hecking adorable.
They're
so freaking
the red
cute.
cap one says, "Hi,
Hi,
I'm Mumps."
I'm Mississippi.
He says it to Abbott though.
What the heck?
He was waving at you for a second ago, and then the other one kind of like cowers back behind him,
I'm gonna
and
get
is like
down.
visibly his top of his emerald cap is shaking back and forth.
I'm gonna like hunch down a little bit. Be like,
Yeah, they're as tall as you with their caps, but
I know.
but the caps themselves are probably 1.5 foot.
They're
So-
taller than me.
but I'll
Yeah,
be
wait.
like,
Yeah, they're
They themselves are slightly taller. Like a
they-
dwarf.
Yeah, they're probably dwarf size. Yeah,
Okay.
without the caps.
no harm.
So Mumps says, "Look, Mookie, they're friendly." And Mookie says, "I don't think so. They don't look too friendly to me."
You waved at me.
Mookie says, or Mumps says, they look pretty friendly. Plus, that one's small, and so is that one.
Yes. So confused.
So Mookie, the emerald cap one,
Yeah.
very shyly says, "Why did the guards let you pass? Why are you here?"
Who are the guards? We didn't encounter
Mumps
any.
says, "Oh, they're the guards. They're just around the corner there."
We didn't see-
Like, closest to me. He points, like, does he point past us?
He points behind you.
I immediately run, because I was just standing at the entrance of this, like holding the torch, not moving.
Yep.
Holding my ground, not wanting to take any steps.
Right.
But if he points behind me and says guards, I immediately, I don't know if you're still standing back there with me or if you were to
I'm
move
probably
forward.
following
Okay.
the heel bot.
Yeah, I was not. I was like, I felt safer next to the entrance, no longer.
Yep.
And I immediately run, and I place myself with my back to the wall on the other side, like,
Yeah.
Be like, you guys mean ticks?
Oh, bloodsuckers. No,
yeah.
They do that.
Mm-hmm.
we don't like those.
Mm-mm.
Same.
They leave us alone, but they feed on our food.
What do you eat?
What's
He says, "The ground here is really nice.
I told you they drank blood. I just said that in my song. I wonder if did you hear me say it? I mean, you guys are
No.
I literally said that. I was like, I wonder if Moochie drinks blood. I was like, I finished another line or whatever as he was walking towards him. Told you. Do they have teeth?
There are 2 big teeth on the one.
Pointy? Okay.
More 2 feet.
Chompers.
I'll be like, I'm still kind of like hunched down, like down at their level. What? So I'm non-threatening, or trying to be non-threatening.
That probably means you're threatening in this world.
Then the one says, the one with the red cap says, "You come here to die, right? You should go to the pile."
The pile
Yeah, the pile.
of bodies.
Yes.
Of course.
Is it that way or is it that way?
He points back the way you came.
That way?
Yeah.
The pile.
So like back and then curved?
Yep.
Yeah. What's that way?
You point behind him.
Yeah.
The princess.
Who's the princess?
Who's the princess? Daughter of the queen.
Very progressive kingdom.
Queen who?
You don't know about the queen.
I would love for you to tell me. I pull out a notebook and a pen.
Well, the queen of our people. She's absolutely beautiful.
Is she a mushroom like you?
Got the most luxurious cap.
Okay.
She's just, the queen.
Is she?
What's her name?
Murpha.
And what's the princess's name?
Moopy.
Very regal.
It's like my 5-year-old daughter choosing names for a hamster. I love it. It's perfect. It's perfect. Well done.
I'm waiting for like Matilda.
Right.
We request to see Murpha.
You want to see Murpha?
The end.
You're not gonna hurt her?
What do the guards
Mine
look
swears.
like?
I'd be like, mine swears.
Guards look like us.
Are they bigger?
Yeah,
Would they hurt us?
maybe. But you're just here to die, right? It's okay.
We're here to meet the queen.
See and die. I kind of like lean to you and be like,
And you blink with both eyes. You wink with both eyes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm really confused.
but yes, die.
Okay. You draw pointing things?
No draw pointing.
Is my fire okay? Because I can't see without it.
I have a.
Unless, do you have a way to help me see in the darkness?
Yeah.
Does it require eating something?
No, I'm full.
Oh, okay. No, me eating something. Okay, good.
What are those?
So
He says yeah.
So Mookie says, "This is not a good idea
Why not?
because you're scary people, and you'll
I'm
hurt the
smaller than
princess.
you.
I can see it. It's a bad idea."
I throw the torch in the blood.
So and then
If he said he could help us see, then I'm going
it
full
goes
trust.
pitch black.
I go full trust here.
It goes pitch black except for the 2 with dark vision, right? Well, you guys can see, shapes and shades of gray and whatnot. The way dark vision works, you wouldn't be able to determine. You can't determine colors. You can't read text because that's just colors on paper. But you can see outlines and shapes and whatnot, and you see Mumps, and he just starts shaking his head back and forth, and then little tiny spores kind of come out, and they're glowing. You can see little like
Fireflies.
puffs of light basically kind of move all over.
Cool.
And then eventually there's enough where it kind of fills the air.
Thanks, dude.
Can I pull a scarf over my
You don't want to inhale?
He says, "Don't worry,
do?
don't worry. I'm not old enough to spawn yet."
I'm still covering my face.
Now that you said that, I'm also covering my face.
And Mookie says, "Oh, it's not a good idea." And also,
Hey man, in good faith, I got rid of the fire.
are you really gonna get your spores on the princess? Says, "Meh." And he starts to trot up.
We're following Mookie.
We're following Mums.
Mumps. That one.
Can I ask Mookie if Mumps is quite all there?
Mookie says, yes. He's way all there.
Was this is a question. Was he there when I cast Calm Person? And that's why he's all like on board?
Are these is this like this?
No. Here, let me help you.
Like this? Like this?
Like that.
Like this?
There you go.
Yeah. And this connects to where you were.
Yeah. Like this down here connects to where we were. Oh, and then like okay.
I'll ask the friendly one. I can't keep their names together. Which one is the friendly one?
Mumps.
Mumps. Okay. Hey, Mumps, help me out. I've never met anyone quite like you and your friend. What do you guys call yourselves?
We're fungi.
Fungi.
They are fun guys.
Hey, can we actually? I have a question. Hey, can I see that mushroom? That little mushroom that you grabbed? Oh wait. Then as soon as I say that, I'm like, wait, you might have cut off the head of a friend. Never mind.
Let's just
rob the nursery.
Never mind. Yeah, I'm like, never mind. Just nope. Can I see that?
So,
I think that was really close.
they walk you through a corridor. It splits off into a T or whatnot,
Yeah.
and then they lead you to the left. It brings you into a big mushroom forest in this cave.
It sure does. My
And
paper's not big enough.
there are small little alcoves off of here, and you believe that there are other corridors off of here. But there's just these massive mushrooms that tower maybe 40, 50 feet in the air, with fleshy colored stalks and purple and green caps. And as you kind of get into this area, you can see a big, mean-looking mushroom near the entrance, and it towers over all of you. Probably just a little taller than you without its cap, but way taller with its cap.
Okay.
Be careful, paint the mini.
Sorry.
So, and it stops you guys from entering into this mushroom forest.
Well, here's where we die.
And it says, "Spawnlings, why have you brought these flesh bags before us? The princess doesn't like to eat the living."
We were just leaving.
You and I are starting to really see eye to eye on a lot
just
of
say-
things now.
Yes, this is the coming together
Pardon.
story.
We only want meet one who be eating us of respect.
It looks to you and it's
Respect.
this one's lost its cat.
Yes.
Okay, Gideon's gonna kind of audibly
I tried.
ah,
Does it get
And-
me anywhere?
and I'm gonna try to like say, we have come as wandering adventurers who have, you know, we've reached the end of our journey, and we've come to learn of who is going to be taking part of. As he's making up this thing about like we're going
Abbott-
to lose our
Abbott
lifeblood.
reaches up and touches your shoulder.
And I brush
And,
it off.
and then Abbott looks over and speaks, plain common. It says, "Let them in, Morky. They can come speak to me."
You?
Ah,
Every time Abbott speaks
You?
in a complete sentence,
huh.
nothing good happens.
Oddly, I feel a lot better. I guess it's like, I guess we found out who's doing this stuff. Okay.
So Morky, the big mushroom guy.
Yeah, Morky, we're with it. For... Hi, Morky.
It says, "Yes, princess." He turns around. And with his big stride, he says, "Follow, flesh bags." And walks into the mushroom forest.
She said. She said its name was Morky.
The guard was Morky. The big one. The big one. I think the princess has her spores in me.
Kind of like,
You think? You think?
She, so Morky leads you, and he's got Mookie and Mumps are with you as well. Mookie kind of shyly moving along. Mumps just kind of
Mumps, I'm sure looks proud.
waving and kind of skipping along.
His appendages.
And yeah, and he's like, "Flesh bags, gonna go meet the princess." I can sing too.
I think you have a protege.
You're doing great, bud. I love
so,
it.
do they take us up to the up and to the left, or like around to the right?
So into the center, underneath this gigantic
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Flesh bad, gonna go meet the princess.
So in underneath this gigantic mushroom, there is a small, thin-looking fungi person, right?
Gal.
Gal,
And we know this because
you're seeing her.
Because we're seeing her.
that she looks feminine. Yep.
And she's purple. Yeah.
And she is actually wearing some sort of clothing. The rest of these
How very
are
modest of her.
naked.
Okay. Very pretty.
And she looks upon you, and you look upon her, and she does have a lot more humanoid features about her. Her face is generally almost human, you would say. Although she still has white eyes. Yeah, we can get a good shot of the players here.
The gang's all here.
She has purple clothing that looks a little off shade from her purple cap. with little green spots.
It's
on
fine.
it.
It's dark in here.
Well, I was gonna
we
say,
can
yeah, we
forgive
can't see
a little.
color.
A little.
When you guys get close,
Oh yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Spores.
That's right.
You. She speaks to you, but she doesn't speak to you using her mouth. Instead, she projects herself upon you, and
Spores.
you can hear.
Spores. They're in me now.
And the first thing she says is, "Mumps, how dare you do that in the princess's presence? Please stop with the spores. That is gross."
We can't see.
Yeah.
Can you?
Your Highness, I'm very sorry. That
You're
was
very
at our
pretty.
request because
Hi.
we can't see in this darkness. They were uncomfortable with the torch that we had.
She says, yes. Limitations of flesh bags.
Yes, we are very limited.
Flesh bags.
Yes. Bags of flesh, we are.
Corporeal bag?
She says, I felt you outside, and I wanted to bring you here.
Why?
Normally I lure those that are about to die so we may feast. But
Please no.
there's something different about you.
That's because we're not from here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
She
Yeah.
raises her hand, and her hand is
Humanish.
it's almost like a perfect human replica. You can tell it's definitely not a human hand, but the tone of the color and everything is very
And
similar
like the
to
appendages.
your own, yeah. And she says, you would almost call her beautiful, almost.
Yeah, which means she's hideous.
Okay, so like
I don't
we
say that,
would
like-
we
Yeah.
would say
You
like
would
Yeah.
say it.
it's
I've
like
already told her she's
Gideon
very
kind of puts his hand over the thing. He's like over like her big cap or
Yeah.
whatever. He's like, oh yeah, it's kind of cute. I won't say that loud.
She's like a 7.
Yeah.
So, anyways, she looks to you and she says, I normally draw those that so we may eat, but I sense something different about you. You don't have the curse.
That is correct.
Yeah. Not
We-
interested in
we have
dying
been told
right now.
that about us.
She says,
Yes.
prove it. Speak his name in blasphemy.
What's his name?
Oh, without even hesitating, I just say I forgot what his name is. But I say he sucks.
Grand Arcanist Pagonis.
Yeah.
And he's ugly.
She says,
Yeah. I say something probably a little bit more lewd than that, but PG-13.
She says, the rest of you, please. You. The one I was able to control.
El Senor Grand Arcanist. Or Grande Magician. What do I say?
That
El
was good enough.
Senor Grande Magico.
That was perfect.
Senor Grande Mucho Arcanist?
Yes. You got it.
I say,
Cries in the shower.
don't care for him too much. He's the reason that my monastery got all disrupted. A very nice guy.
You are so nice. You're like, I don't care for him much.
Say like his full name and titles or whatever crap he would have had back when I was under him.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta speak ill will.
I
So
called
he
him
cries.
ugly.
He cries in the shower.
You still like this guy? You still can't say anything about him?
I'm trying to think of what he would say. It'd be one of those like
I love that
polite insults.
I love that you're hesitating. Yeah.
I would say something along the lines of like could be short-tempered at times, like the most like non-insulting insults.
It's like you're making excuses for him.
Yes. Like
But still something that would get him smoked.
Stockholm syndrome is what we have over here. Gosh.
She says, I suppose that'll do. It would have likely invoked the wrath of the evil Arcanist.
I say another bad word when she's like evil, and then I add on a couple strings just to fill in the gap for her.
Can you just like say like one example of what you said?
Bags of excrement.
She says, I quite like that one.
You would.
The Grand Arcanist, bags of excrement.
Whoa, careful! You're not cursed either?
His curse only curse those above, those below. But he's
Wait a
cursed
minute.
us in other ways.
Okay, because I was gonna say, are you dwarves?
They call themselves fungi.
Fungi.
What?
Never mind. I'm going.
You've seen a dwarf.
Oh, that's right.
We bought equipment from a
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay. My mind went to living underground to
dwarf.
dwarves.
They're dark and angry now.
Yep. I get it.
That's
Yep.
right. Oh,
I
are
was
they
wrong.
Drugar now? Okay,
Dwarves
cool.
are, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
She says, yes, he's cursed us in other ways.
Like how?
He's pointing the ley lines above ground, and which was our source of nutrients. For years and centuries and centuries and centuries, we lived far below. But now we have to come closer and feast upon those that he's twisted.
Oh, you poor dear. Okay.
What do you do with the leftover bodies after you feasted?
So they rot. We throw some of the bones out of the cave.
Do they ever have crystals?
Yes. You're speaking, of course, about the crystallized mana.
I
Yes.
don't know the second word, but yes.
Yes?
That's you call it mana.
Okay.
From the ley lines. It's just more proof of it encroaching upon the land.
What do you do? The ley line.
What do you?
I'm sorry. Could you help us again? Like you said, we're new, or we're different, so we're not even certain what ley lines are.
This
Or I give
ley
you
lines.
Yeah.
You do not know about the magical veins that course through the planet? Underneath the very crust in which you walk?
I didn't up until this point.
Well. Long ago, before I was even a sporling, those blood vessels only fed within, but now they feed the surface.
The blood that's flowing.
The ley lines, the mana.
Metaphorical blood vessels.
Or like the actual like river of blood that we were walking through.
That's just our food source. We feast upon those that have been enhanced by the mana.
Okay.
Because we used to feed on the mana itself, but it no longer circles the earth underneath the crust like it was before.
I make extra sure that the crystal shard in my chest is covered.
I ask, what do you do with the shards when you find them?
He says, well, they are a tasty snack.
Oh.
We keep some.
So, I feel like you said you sensed us out and you just wanted to meet us?
Yes, you don't have the curse about you.
Yeah.
I was interested.
Well,
unless you want to become a feast.
No,
I'm more than willing.
No, I have many good years in front of me. Maybe when I'm done, I'll come back. You seem really nice.
When she says become a feast, you just remember of the like the ground is really spongy.
Mm-hmm.
You look down, it's like as you're stepping, blood kind of like pools out in the areas.
Yeah, I mean, if it's my time to be done, I'm happy to donate myself. But until then, this guy has caused us a lot of trouble. That seems to be causing it. It seems like we have a common pain. and then I say more colorful words about him, just because I found someone who really likes to hear me say it. So I just kind of let all my frustration out.
Mumps was there. Yeah, he's a demon.
A demon.
That sounds
Crap.
What do you mean, the demon? What?
Like super evil?
Yeah.
Yeah, got that much?
Isn't that a demon?
What's he look like?
He's got our color skin.
Uh-huh.
That's all I know.
Okay.
fair enough.
Well, we actually came here looking for those little crystal, the mana. That's what. Yeah. We actually came looking for that because we're actually hoping to maybe put a stop to what he's been up to. You're not the first one to kind of point out to us that we're different, and that maybe if anyone has a chance to end him destroying this world, that we might be able to do that. Then
She says, yes. If we keep at this rate, the unchecked mana leaving the planet out into the atmosphere, it will.
Do I know what atmosphere is? Like, do I know that this is a planet? Like, what sort of level of science did I come from?
So we'll say like Galileo level of science.
Okay, so I had a vague understanding.
Vague understanding what an
world is
atmosphere
round.
and all that. Yeah.
Planets exist, but I don't know necessarily who revolves around whom.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't know what atmosphere is. I'm choosing not
That's
to
a
know.
3-syllable word.
Yeah.
So the learning ones,
So I will
the
say-
learning ones knows what atmosphere.
Okay.
So I will say that she has, you have a very complex understanding of this world.
She says, well, when you eat that which can grant knowledge,
What can grant knowledge?
I don't think we want an answer to this question.
No, I want an answer to this question.
mana.
Yeah, that was the answer I was
Okay.
expecting.
Not the blood.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
what I was
the
thinking.
blood is mana infused.
So,
Of course it is.
She says, you were not mana infused. You are not tasty to us.
Sorry about that.
No nutrients.
Okay.
Just make sure that I'm like
She eyes
the rest
you.
of the group.
She eyes
If I
you.
know she's eyeing me, I'm just gonna like step like slightly behind Gideon.
This place is. I mean, I can't see, but I'm starting to realize
You
it's
can
probably
see
so far.
because of the
Yeah, but I'm saying
floating.
I'm giving you insight
thingy.
into Gideon's mind. So
Yeah.
far, this is the best place he's lived.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel threatened at all right now. This lady seems to hate the same person that I do, and there's guards. So, for the record, I feel safer here than I have anywhere else. So,
You're
I'm
standing-
like, maybe I could live
standing
here.
in spongy earth that's soaked with blood.
Hey, man, I
Feel
roll.
the safest.
It's all good, man.
He's even got a retirement plan.
Yeah, I do.
So I'll just ask. You may help us?
She says, help you do what?
Prevent apocalypse.
that was a really big word for you, Rabbit.
She says, yes. I foresee that in the future a second cataclysm will be happening.
So we'd like for that to not happen. We need, if we can, we would love, if you have, please.
Any extras?
Any crystals to spare for us, please? Maybe.
A proof of faith. And I will grant you something.
Proof.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to kiss another one.
Proof of
Oh
faith?
man.
I have a task for you.
A test.
Task.
Task.
Ask.
Task.
Yes.
Task.
Okay. We can do those.
She says, within my humble abode there is a creature. it strikes fear, and you can see that Mookie is shaking again, right? And Mumps starts kind of like patting him on his cap. Says, there. Says, your kind knows it as a snail.
Can you describe
Like-
a snail?
Okay, first, when you say your kind, do you mean us from where we're from? Or us as in surface dwellers here currently up on the surface?
I don't know where you're from, so...
Okay,
you're
can you
surface
please
kind.
describe please describe what a snail is?
15 foot tall,
Great.
20 feet long,
Great.
Surprisingly.
gigantic shell,
Fantastic.
large metallic maces on its head.
Yeah, full snail.
Metallic maces on its head. Fantastic. Yes.
A shell that glints with beauty.
Cool.
Sounds like a snail.
Other than the size, it sounds. This is the closest we've gotten to.
Does metallic maces that it hits things with?
The perfect weapon against our spongy being.
You are very spongy.
And then it devours our kind.
Gideon is
so
holding.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're very spongy.
Holding back comments about how once I had like this
Is
bread with like it had some tomatoes on it and some mushrooms on it. It was delicious. A little bit of goat cheese.
does the
My
shell
mini travels, it was awesome.
is the shell also metallic?
Yes.
Have your people ever successfully landed any blows against it?
Yes, but it has its way against our kind.
Right. but
It's
do-
our natural predator.
I'm so sorry. Does it have any weaknesses that you know of?
Your pointy things.
Okay.
We believe that can take care of the problem.
Okay.
Gideon pulls out his knife and flips it up in the air, catches it.
I'm gonna.
He's like, "Do you want us to bring back one of the Macy things to show you we've taken it down?"
I've never been hit. I don't have a sword.
She says, no.
Just kill it.
She says, for punishment of my having to deal with his force, Mumps will go and watch.
Alright.
What's Mum's reaction?
Now he's shaking.
Oh, poor thing. Okay. I'm gonna take that shard out of my hat. I'm gonna put it in my rapier.
You're gonna wait an hour?
How long? How far
Can
away
we
is
wait
this
an hour,
thing?
please?
How far away is this thing?
Okay.
It's within our very cave.
Abbott says we can wait an hour.
Okay.
You want?
Is that okay with you? If we rest and gather ourselves. There were ticks.
Yes. Oh, the ticks. Yes.
What were those mushrooms in the room with the ticks?
Mushrooms?
Fungus. Itty bitty.
Oh,
Smaller U's.
Smaller but spotted?
those are our unfortunates.
You're unfortunate? What does that mean?
Well, stillbirths?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I think you did them a favor.
Well, they were already dead. She said they were stillbirths.
Oh, they're not
We don't
dead.
know what that means.
Well,
They just...
This is table conversation. not,
this was not.
Okay.
Abbott isn't
not
that
Abbott
fluid.
saying
No.
that stuff out loud.
No.
No, Abbott wouldn't be laughing like, ha ha ha, stillbirths.
Terrible cleric. Terrible. Man.
No, I'm that cruel.
Yeah.
Abbott's not.
Wow. Okay,
Break time?
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna break here.
Short rest?
And we're gonna have them take a short rest. We're gonna come back and we're gonna figure out what this whole snail thing is about. And we're gonna forget that last little conversation ever happened. Okay? So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. And we'll check you back in a little bit. Welcome back. We're
Alive.
We're alive. The group is taking their short rests, mostly during the break here. Is there anything else that needs to happen during their short rest?
Can I tell them what I heard the DM say to someone on the phone?
Sure.
On the phone, he's on the phone, and he's like, he says, "Oh yeah, they chose not to fight, and they went the friendly route. So that's where they are." It's like, oh.
And he sounded disappointed too.
It's like,
We got these cool minis painted up. You know,
Gosh,
I painted all the mushroom people yesterday, and I'm like,
Oh
This would be
shucks,
cool.
they didn't choose genocide.
I am
and
perfectly
I got
fine.
more.
I'm perfectly fine if we want to bring one of the big guys with us to fight.
Nah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for the sake of your mini, I'm just
For the sake of my mini, we'll figure it out. It'll happen.
persuasion check. Fail.
So, all right. So, Mumps is a little
Mums, what can you do?
down.
Lead the way.
His cheery, chipper personality is now very sullen.
She's still sending off light, or she told him to turn it off.
Yeah, it's still cleaning around in the air.
Okay.
So yeah, he stopped, but it's still floating around.
So we'll still be able to see.
Yeah, so you're able to see.
I mean, I can light another thing now since.
Yeah.
In fact, I am.
Yeah, okay.
Are you sure you want to see what we're about to fight?
I need.
I would
to
prefer
see.
to be able to see it.
I need
So-
to see.
So, during that hour, you guys have a chance now. You're escorted away from the princess while you guys were basically preparing. But you guys have a chance. You guys can talk to the three. The two little. Now you're thinking that they're children, right?
This is awkward.
And the big adult guard. Do you have any other questions for them?
I kind of have to spend my time on the Song of Rest.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Just for curiosity's sake. So I say, so when you guys
What instruments are you using?
eat the mana infused blood, do you have to do anything to prepare it first, like
Using
cook
that one?
it or anything, or do you just
No, well, it just needs to be soaked into the earth.
soaked in the earth? Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
And then you just infuse it from the earth.
He says, I can show you. And he kind of like, he stands, he brings what his knobby little feet,
She's getting her inspiration because I'm playing music.
gets his mighty little feet together, and then you can see that he just kind of molds into the earth, and then like he's just completely like planted in.
Okay.
And then he says, tasty.
Huh. I suppose it saves you time not having to boil it or anything like that, huh?
Boil it? Why would we boil it?
In
You
case
ever
there's-
tried boiling blood? And it just doesn't. It's good.
Well, don't try eating blood either.
You should try it.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I don't think our digestive systems work the same way.
I'm still full from lunch.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
He says, I'm pretty sure I've seen some halflings eat.
I'm just sort of control me laughing at that.
And I turn around and I go sit in the corner.
All right. Okay, so after the hour or so short rest, so you say you're full, but short rests require some sort of food.
That was, yeah.
So you are intaking some sort of sustenance while you're short resting.
not the mushroom
Can I
that we
try
found.
to dig in and see if it works?
Good.
Be like, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, so you stick your feet down,
When in Rome, right?
right? And the earth here is mushy enough where you can really get down in,
Like
right?
knee deep.
And he's like, yeah, like that. And then he like takes his head with his cap and gets down real close to your feet and stares and he says, I don't think it's working. You flesh bags are so different.
We typically eat through our mouths.
I can like think of this from like a.
Where you speak?
Correct, friend.
I have a statement from a fungi point of view. Be like, but you're full of it. You have to get it somehow. You know, with like limited knowledge of how humans are.
Well, so after that hour, you guys are ready to go, right? Fight this gigantic snail.
So
And Mumps is he's a little afraid, right? And he says, "All right, are you ready?"
are you?
No. I could wait. I could wait another couple hours.
No.
I say to Mums, the sooner we get done with this, the sooner you can enjoy not having to deal with the snail.
You just have to find a spot and get back and let us take care of it.
Are you sure?
You just have to see us kill it, man.
You don't have to participate. You just need to
If
stay
we
safe
get- and once
and
we get-
witness it.
Once we get deeper in the cave, I can. I know. I'll make it very bright for you.
You know, as soon as we see it, we definitely are going to need to be able to.
Okay, I'll do that. That's what I do.
Do you have a way to like make it sneeze or something? Do you have any? I mean, is there anything else you can do? Like, how do you guys normally fight this thing?
Oh, I don't fight.
Well, how does like how would he fight him? Point to the big one.
Point to the big one.
Yeah.
He would smash it into the ground
Okay.
if it didn't have a metal shell
Okay.
or gigantic metal balls on its head,
Light would be really handy.
or it wouldn't if you didn't bite him first.
Does it have teeth?
Yeah. Or
Right.
if it didn't get dissolved a little, if he didn't get dissolved a little bit.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
He's
You-
like, and then also if he didn't, he just
Somebody-
starts going off on this list of ways that
the snail dissolves you.
yeah,
Okay.
Like with its bite?
no,
With its spit?
With its body,
How does it dissolve you?
it leaves little pools.
Okay.
of course it does.
Spicy liquid.
Would Gideon know anything about how salt in our place would, hurt?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You've had escargot in the past.
Yeah.
You were in the noble ring. You all have had escargot probably at one point.
Okay.
Whether you liked it or not, that's a different story.
I'm allergic to sea.
I'm vaguely entertaining the idea of if we can't find the snail, we do have bait.
Do you say this out loud in front of our little
I don't
friend?
say it out loud in front of him.
You are a horrible person.
I'm being practical.
Have
Worst case scenario.
Shame.
it's probably not enough.
What are you
time.
talking about?
Me. I'm the bait.
Huh? Yeah. You look like a tasty snack.
Oh God, I see where this is going.
Does that get your uterus all happy? Sorry, I took it there. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh boy.
Well, do you know where this thing normally goes?
It says, yeah, I know exactly where it should be.
Okay. Do we need anything else? It's probably too late to find a salt mine.
Are there any salt deposits around here?
He says if there wouldn't be any snails.
Yeah. All right.
Better answer than I was expecting. What's salt?
Fair.
So I do ask him one last
Right.
question. Besides the metal maces on its head, does it have any eyes to be able to see?
Oh yeah. 2 big, gigantic eyes, the size of your head.
Mm.
Okay.
Is there salt in incense?
Not enough.
Okay.
Whatever you have, it's just not enough.
But not even at like 5 sticks of incense? Okay. I tried.
Yeah,
I put effort in.
you did.
We loaded up on jerky before.
Can I argue that there is a small pouch of like pavement salt in my climber's kit when it comes to icy situations?
This is reaching.
That was a reach. I love it. Good reaching.
You could totally argue that all you want. We'll see where it goes. Nowhere.
Since she's essentially yelling at the moon, can I just?
Why
about
didn't
as
I
good.
pack that?
Right.
Why didn't I pack that
All right.
when I totally disintegrated in a tower where no climbing was needed?
So you point the way, and those two will lead.
He says, they're leading? Great, go that way.
Yep.
So he does wind you through a kind of a network of passages, network of caves. You get to one area, and he says, "Well, better watch out."
Better
Let
not.
me go. Let me go first for a second.
Real quick, Kevin. Would you say it's a maze or labyrinth that he's winding us through?
Yeah,
There you go.
Let me show it to the camera.
yeah. It's a winding path.
There we go.
Nice.
You'll need it.
Yep.
And he
Since
says, "Wait, stop."
we took a short rest. That involves a quick snooze, right?
Yeah, it's a rest.
There
It's a
you
rest.
go. Yay.
Great.
You should have turned that in sooner.
I should have. Yeah, I was
Focus.
drawing the map that you gave me.
So, yeah, he says, hold on. Yeah, you're in an area, and you can see that there's some larger mushrooms here. And he says, there's one of the mindless here.
One of the what now?
Mindless?
The mindless.
What's the mindless?
Well, you'll see. And you walk forward, and he starts shaking a little bit, and he does like a little like. You ever see those documentaries where you're like, how do bees communicate, and they do it by a little like dance,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Vibrations.
Yeah. So he kind of does that does a little jig, right? And then this gigantic mushroom creature with 4 stalks kind of steps out, and he says, "Okay, we're good. You can walk by him now." And it towers up probably 15 feet, has 4 stalks, has several little like smaller mushrooms kind of growing out of them in various different places. I have a relatively okay mini for it.
Oh, great.
Anyways,
4-legged. I'm so glad we didn't have to fight that little fella.
so and he says, "Okay, go past while I'm talking to him."
What's his name?
Why would he have a name? He's a mindless. Keep going.
Let's
Keep
go.
going.
Let's go. Let's
Go,
not hesitate.
go.
Let's not hesitate.
So you walk around to the other side of him, and he says, "Okay, once you get back there, he's kind of like our what do you call that when you have a thing that's
Guard?
no, but it's
Watchdog?
like a flesh bag watchdog.
We still haven't seen any dogs in this new world.
You will.
You probably don't want
Thank
to know.
you.
Thank you for that haunting
Thank you.
guarantee.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm ready to see a puppy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good, they're 4 stories tall and on fire.
As long as they're as friendly as they were before, we're good to go.
Elves aren't as friendly as they were before. So
I'm just as
This new world
as I ever
sucks.
was.
Okay.
I never kobold.
so he
I have one.
you guys kind of go up into the next opening, and he catches up behind you, and you guys are standing right there.
Okay.
He says, "Okay, it's here somewhere." That's a
Can
dead
you-
end back
can you-
there, but
can
it'll
you-
be here somewhere. The mindless was still around, so it's got to be in here.
Do the light thing.
Oh yeah, that's gonna feel good. Hold on. He starts shaking.
I feel it, brother.
He
I
says,
feel you,
"Almost
brother."
there." There we go. And he's a bunch of spores kind of like starting to fill the air.
All right. Does it
Says, I'm gonna do
illuminate?
this the whole time.
Does it illuminate anything that?
Yeah, it kind of illuminates the room. You can see that
Okay.
there's a mushroom cluster in the middle of the room. You can't really see past, and you can see that there's a path off to the right in this cavern.
Okay.
The floor here is less spongy. Whatever the blood has not seeped into the ground here at this deep, basically. And that's where you're at.
I'd like to take a look to see if I can spot any, like, even part of this snail just from where we're at with our band.
Yep.
I'm going to use prestidigitation because I can make a little puff of air to kind of send the spores deeper in ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Good.
going to kind of
That's
move
good.
them in.
I would give you inspiration if that's not how the rules work.
I'm going to nudge whoever's next to me and point out that the potential bait is now glowing.
You don't see any signs of a snail.
options.
Well, you do see something.
It doesn't have to get eaten. You just gotta, I'm not saying it loudly.
You see, you're kind of looking in. You see that there's
Okay.
a pool of kind of yellow, mustardy looking goop there.
I grab the attention of whoever's closest to me and say, looks like we may have found something belonging to our snail friend there.
Congratulations, you found the
Just
world's
sending them
largest
out.
one.
I want to see every. I'm just
I would like to attempt to stealth my way into those mushrooms.
Okay. Roll a stealth.
Hide among them. Okay.
I love the image I have in my head
14?
right now. For the record.
How much?
14.
You know, in like Avatar, when all those things are kind of lighting up,
jellyfish
you know,
thing?
yeah, that's what I'm seeing. A little bit of that kind of thing, but
Wait
more
till you
story.
see some actual jellyfish.
Yeah. Nope. I'm not. I'm not interested in any of that. I guess I am. Gideon wouldn't be.
Oh no, they fly
yeah.
now.
So,
That's right.
like, I have a thing picked up for them already.
He says with again ominous
Can
intent.
you move Mississippi up?
So yeah, you step toe into the mushrooms, and he says,
Mississippi.
Hat.
There we go.
as you're walking back there, he says, "Be careful. He could be there. Is he
Nice,
there?
Nice and loud. Good grief.
Perception? Is he there? Can I see him?
He's obviously not here because he's supposed to be the size of like a truck.
Yeah.
Is he there? Do you see him?
No.
Are you sure? You should really let me know if you see him.
Around.
I'm kind of like shh, friend. Let her do her thing. Okay, we're the hunters.
All right.
All right, thank you. You are being so helpful. You really are. I just want to keep you safe. If they like to eat you, let's not alert him to the fact
It's okay.
that
They're gonna eat her first. She's closer.
It's true.
just
All right.
thank you, friend.
You find him yet? So
I'm gonna start entertaining.
Yeah, you
I'm
see,
not gonna
you can see
respond
down,
anymore.
You can see down. There's another big mushroom cluster over here, and then you really can't see more than that.
So I'm going to move up towards the cluster. I'm not going to stealth because I figure that way if he does see anyone, he's going to see me first. And
I'm gonna start telling a story to this guy to try to keep him interested and his mouth shut. Okay.
do I see any more pools going along in the direction of the next cluster?
Roll performance.
That's a 17.
Yeah, he's listening intently to whatever story you're telling. Yep. Just give me a general topic.
I am telling him about how I'm telling him about the world that we saw before, and how we came from. Like, I'm just telling the truth. Like 300 years ago.
Yeah. He's like, I'm only like 2 years old.
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
And I'm gonna tell him like what he used to look like, what his family used to look like. You know, real little. You guys
So I don't. No, I don't believe you. We're supposedly older than you are.
And then I try to, as soon as he starts talking, I try to fill in the gap with.
Yeah. All right. So you're back over there. You're not stealthing yourself.
Right, because if anyone needs to be seen first, it's me. I'm going to make another perception, though.
Yeah, you're going to look down.
Natural 20.
Woo! First 20. Sorry.
Hopefully not the last.
It's worth celebrating. Yeah. Glabber, glabber, gloop.
You can see that there are many more pools of yellow mucus.
At this point, I would make a gesture towards the rest of the group to say, looks like there's more trails this way. And I'll start kind of moving forward a little bit, trying to not step in anything.
I have an idea. It's a twist on my use that thing as bait, and I grab one of the luminescent spores out, and
Gross.
yeah, I'm basically gonna. It's close enough to a glowworm. I've got dancing lights because I forgot I'm drow.
Oh yeah, you have dancing lights, don't you?
So I'm gonna grab that and kind of do whatever innate drow stuff I do to do the like full body version of it and send that forward to lure out.
Yeah. So you send a bunch of pocket lights, basically. Yeah, it's like a.
I can do it a vaguely humanoid form, so
She's
I
making a
try to-
glowing version of the
little kid.
Cool.
Yeah.
You have a.
Yeah.
Wait, you have a luminescent mushroom?
No, that's
No,
a
it's
dancing light.
dancing lights. So
Oh,
it
okay.
just goes.
Cool.
I'll send it down there
Well-
and see.
Here.
I mean, if he's moving in, we'll. Oh no, that's what you're saying. You can see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of lights up this room a lot more. You would have to he's basically illuminating.
Sure. I'm gonna keep telling. Oh wait, does this take verbal? No. Yeah, it's verbal. Just gotta keep this.
yeah,
You know what? If he's trying to, I'm gonna stop trying to distract the guy. If you're making one, I don't care if he talks.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys were against using the kid as bait, and it kind of epiphanied on me that like looking at the spores and the kid, and the fact that he was just a big, So this is next. Fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna start
adjustments.
I said, I'll ask the kid to do the shake thing again to see if I can
Wisdom
send
saving
more.
throw. For any rounds.
He's going to be 11.
Okay, that is a failure. All right. So.
Oh,
It's not that big.
I love the eyes on that thing right now. That is so wonderful.
Should have got little googly eyes.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Man.
So, basically, what ends up happening is you're gonna roll stealth performance. You're gonna roll Arcana for lighting up the room, and then you're just gonna roll Perception for your initiative. You are rolling. You're keeping your Wisdom saving throw as your initiative. Okay. And but it gets basically one free go. Starting Valric?
Yep.
What was your roll again?
It was a 13.
Elrindle?
23.
Abbott?
6.
Mississippi?
19.
and then
26. Because I got to roll on performance, which is amazing. Because I rolled an 18.
okay. So this is what happens: is when you get into the room, you can see that this you catch a glimpse of this creature as it comes out from behind the massive stalks, and the light just hits it just so right that it catches your eye, and you are enthralled by its beauty.
Oh, jeez.
And
Sparkly.
you use your reaction to move 30 feet closer.
Freaking snail. These 10-foot squares are...
and then stand there completely dazed.
It looks like he's from the distance from the...
Oh, yeah, it's 25. Okay, yep.
All right. The bard first.
Okay.
So you, there was a glimpse of light that kind of like dazzled the whole room. It hit the ceiling. It's all sorts
Like
of
a disco ball.
like a disco ball.
Okay.
Yeah. And you look over, and this man here has completely just wandered up closer to it for some reason.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
I quickly say to our friend, okay, find a corner, stay safe. We got this. And
He says, wasn't planning to do anything else.
yep. See you, friend. And I'm going to move.
And so your dancing lights are illuminating light. I think that's right on the edge of your dancing lights, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 feet.
I'm gonna stay away from the edge. That's not me. I'm going to go right there.
Dim 10 feet.
Dim 10 feet.
Yeah.
So it's just on the outside. Yeah, we'll just say it's good.
And I'm just gonna catch a glimpse of this thing. Okay, and I'm going to whisper some terrible in a tongue that for all I know, this thing knows it because I've already ran into monsters that know it. And I'm gonna say things like, "You've had your last meal. We've come for you. Now shrivel up and die." And it needs to make a saving throw, a wisdom saving throw. What did you get? It's wisdom DC 14.
I guarantee I passed.
Okay. All right.
Does it do anything in half or?
Yeah, on a failed save, it takes a bunch, but on a successful save, it takes half. So, so that is 12, 17. Yeah, so that's 17 and half, so 8. Takes 8.
9.
9 psychic damage, and then I'm going to move back there.
All right.
And then I'm going to speak out as a bonus action. I'm going to speak out to Felric. I'm going to say, Felric, be brave, strike true, and you get a bardic inspiration that you can use.
It's going to be Elrindle's turn.
So you get a d6.
I'm going to step out, and when I see this thing, I'm going to do the signature move of Elrendil's magnificent, multifaceted, manipulating sphere. Ah. And I'm going to Tides of Chaos that to hit. 19 to hit. for 10, 12 force damage.
So now he has in his he can
Yeah.
wild surge you anytime.
Yep.
We got it pulled up right here and ready to go.
What at some point it's got to work out well for us in battle at some point, right? Because hasn't it been like every time has been terrible for us?
One was neutral.
What was it though?
I gave up necrotic. It didn't do anything bad.
Oh, that's right. We never found out what happened.
Yeah. Just gave off necrotic energy. And then, I will also heroically retreat behind the mushrooms.
Where do you want to go? Which one? You're this one, right?
Yeah.
Like here or here?
As far as I can go.
Okay.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's as far as.
Let's see. I can't count.
Bless you.
4, 6. I will use my bonus action. No, I'm gonna use my action to dash to get right up behind the dancing lights.
Okay.
And then I will use a bonus action to use my insightful fighting against the snail.
What is
It's deception versus my insight. I have a.
You got a 12?
I beat it.
What do you get?
I have a 21.
Oh.
Thank you. That's all I can do this turn.
Okay.
Snail ain't pulling a fast one on you.
I know all its weaknesses. And by that I mean exactly what Mookie told me. Mookie-
shell.
You know its weaknesses.
Alright. Am I still dazed or no?
The gift of hindsight.
Oh yeah, you are
wish you had
stunned.
I'm stunned now.
Yeah, so that's actually what I said dazed, but you were actually stunned.
Uh-huh.
We're just stunned on this.
Is there anything I can roll to get out of said stuff?
Or be stunned until the light.
Stunned is
Not on my board.
incapacitated. Can't. Oh, okay.
You can't move, can't speak, can only speak paltry, automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, and attack rolls have advantage. So you can't move, you can still make attack rolls and everything.
But I can't move up to him, and there's nothing I can roll to get out of it on my turn.
Nope.
Yikes. What was it that stunned you? Oh, it was the pretty
the
lights.
Yeah, pretty lights.
Yeah.
So, since I cannot move, I am going to. I just can't move. Do the actual move.
Yeah.
But I can actually move my arms and shit.
You can, yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can
Alright.
do actions.
So what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna go ahead and reach in, grab one of my shurikens, and chuck it at him.
Yep.
And for that,
Wait,
bardic.
stunned is incapacitated. Incapacitated means
I'll wait.
you can't take actions or reactions. Sorry, you can't take actions or reactions.
So I wouldn't have been able to have done the one reaction to move up to him then.
That was part of the ability.
Ah, okay. So I can't do anything. Not
You can't
even
do anything.
Not even a bonus action.
Nope. All right.
How long does that last?
Until he wills to end.
Excellent.
Awesome.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and chill then.
It's his turn. He wills it to end because it takes action to do, but he moves up.
Oh, he doesn't want to keep you. Okay. So well, he likes Of course, he likes his little pool.
Right? And he has 5 flails on his head.
Oh,
And goes
jeepers.
He probably has reached.
boom, 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 boom. All on you.
In a session, if you don't almost die.
It's not real D&D.
Oh, so he has reached then.
He has reached 10 feet.
course he does.
So 21 to hit, 7 to hit, 23 to hit, 12 to hit, and 17 damage. So I think I hit you 3 times?
3 times.
So it goes 6 damage, 4 damage, and 9 damage.
This is what we hear.
Boom,
On the
boom,
other side of the
boom.
board.
Okay, so 19 damage, that's all. That's not too bad.
Oh, that's really loud. I'm not supposed to do that.
And now it is Abbott's turn.
I'm gonna move myself up a little bit.
All your movement?
Yeah, let's move on that. Let's use it. I'll go up by Mississippi. Then I want to cast some Secret Flame on it.
Okay, so it's dex save.
Yep.
This thing can't be very dexterous.
It is not. It's successful.
It's successful. Alright.
Radiance!
Full damage. 8 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
That's the only time I'm ever gonna get us some full.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's all I got because I don't really have any other bonus actions. Oh, I get spiritual. Probably do spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Clericing. Clericing. Spiritual weapon.
So let's do right behind it.
Well, how far can you cast it?
I can cast it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's right behind it. You tried to cut its tail off at Dark Souls. What? There's a weapon in there?
16. Does
16 hits.
Okay.
Yep.
So then it's gonna take.
No, it doesn't have a flail tail.
Okay, I just can't see the back of
This
it.
particular one could.
So 8 points.
Man, 16 damage. Nice.
Alright, it is bloody. Oh, I don't have bloody.
Oh. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So it's looking hurt.
Heard
Yep,
enough
I
to
heard
me.
its feelings.
Looping back up to the top, it is the bard's turn again. This is.
Haven't gone.
Hey,
I did, I moved. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
totally went.
I totally went. Ignore me.
I'm,
I've not skipped everybody. Everybody got to go once.
I'm going to step out. I'm a one-trick pony with some of this stuff, guys. I really don't have any other fun things to do. So I'm going to. It seemed to work last time, so I'm going to whisper at it again. I'm going to like hop out and hop back in. So I'm not moving my mini, but I do, so I can see.
It definitely succeeds at a 16.
Why are you rolling twice? Because bad things are about to happen.
Alright. Each creature within 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw.
Do I get to do damage?
There's
I did this in it.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
Oh!
yeah. Yeah, you still get to do some damage.
I was going to say, why not? Okay. 16.
Constitution saving throw?
Alright, now on that one Bardic Inspiration, can I add that one roll of that to the...
Saving throw? Yes.
Alright.
You know.
Am I at 30 feet? What's I?
10, 20. Yeah, you're at 30 feet. And Abbott, you too.
Yeah.
Alright, so with the Bardic Inspiration, I have 20. If that's not enough, then...
Should I turn this in?
God help us.
I'm going
I did
to.
8. Halved. Because I did
That's
16.
not any better.
With my second level spell, I did what Abbott did twice. Because this thing is quite wismatic.
It's a little better.
It's Wismatic.
It's wismatic. What would you call it?
I mean, it works.
It's very wise, I guess.
10?
Okay, so both of you fail.
Great.
And you got a.
With the Bardic Inspiration, I got 20.
You succeed. Okay.
I would hope so.
So as you sling your spell at it, its shell shimmers, and a magical force, like it reacting with the shell, it explodes outward.
Jump!
Goes, boom!
Jump over the
And
wave.
both of you take 8 damage, and much of the small mushrooms and whatnot all kind of get blown away. The large mushrooms are actually starting to creak and maybe fall over.
Yeah. I was playing Borderlands 3 before coming here.
Oh.
There's a big guy who does
Half as much damage on a successful save, so you take 4.
You'll monk it up soon and get the ability to.
Anything else, sir?
Yeah, I will. So someone just got hurt. These two just got hurt,
Yeah.
right?
Well, all three
and
of us got
he
hurt.
he's got way hurt.
You got wailed on. Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will say.
Oh, that's 4 points.
I'll heal you up a little bit there, dude.
Much appreciated.
It's not gonna be much. 6. Here. So that's all my things. And then I go hide again.
I come out and Elrendel's multifaceted, multi-angular sphere.
Why am I always in front of you when you do this?
You
I didn't
You're
read this
not-
part. A creature making a spell attack has disadvantage on the attack roll. Didn't read that before.
So glad he did now.
Yep.
And then you might as well just roll that.
Yeah.
That D percentage afterwards.
So, I probably miss on an 8.
Yep.
That's the bad news. The good news is 9470.
Why is that good news? We don't.
I don't
Oh,
know.
it's a 9.
9470.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm always in front of you.
No, I said I moved out.
Oh yeah, you would have to
Yeah.
see him. Ha! I'm not.
Yeah, it's just the healer, the monk, and everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah, you would have to move all the way out to here to see him.
This one, no effect.
That we
But-
can see.
I rolled again, and another destructive force comes out of him. You did it first level?
Yeah.
So roll saves.
Sorry, no inspiration.
Can I use
Dice
my inspiration?
Suck tonight.
Come on. Can I use
Did
my
you hear that?
inspiration?
You suck tonight.
Right.
Yeah. Why don't you guys save up?
Yeah, shame
con?
that. You can shame
Come on,
this
Liz.
one too.
13.
Fail.
Liz's
Actually-
dice.
Actually, no, I got a 3 in this one, but yes, shame that one.
Come on, Emily's dice.
So what'd you get?
Same one I got last time with a 10.
Okay, so each of you take 2 damage.
You guys.
Amazing.
You guys.
How much do I take?
2.
2. Alright.
I'm gonna come over and talk to you.
Getting all the dice turned in.
Shame the hell out of them.
All right.
Man, I just can't win with these.
Hey, listen, I scared those ones. They'll
Anything
be
else,
fine.
Elrondel?
They'll listen to you now. Trust me.
No.
They'll listen
Mississippi.
Yes. Ow. Okay. I am going to move forward behind a tree. Mushroom?
There's no trees here.
Mushroom. The taller mushroom.
Maybe in this world they are called trees.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
the trees are slimy.
I'm gonna
We've
move forward
established
and
that.
hide behind the
Yes.
thing that is bigger than me.
These are noticeably less slimy than a standard tree.
Thank you.
But more mushy.
Thank you. Thank
More
you.
shroomy?
Thank you for that. All right. I'm going to shoot my short bow at the snail.
Do you get advantage on it now because you got the read on it or something?
No, it just grants me sneak attack. That is a 13.
Yes.
Can I give her mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Reroll, please.
That's a natural
That's
20.
a lot better. Good job.
For a 25.
Yeah, I think
You
that
want to let
sorry.
her draw her
Sorry.
own crit here?
It's
Oh,
his
come on, it was
inspiration.
mine. No, I'm fine. I'm happy for her to do it.
Which one?
Your piercing.
Second one?
Yeah.
Second one.
That's
okay,
more like
maximum
it.
damage.
Keep
Shoulder
it up.
jab.
You and I are good now, okay?
So max damage.
Max damage is
With sneak attack is
with
gonna be
sneak
awesome.
attack is What is my sneak attack? Is that 2? It's 2, so it's 12, 18, 21.
Ooh, massacre.
It is near death.
Okay, that's really satisfying. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. Then it's going to be. Oh, it's his turn.
He goes after me. Or they did-
Okay, so on your attack. Oh yeah, it is your turn.
About to say.
All this guy's done is gotten charmed and smacked around.
All right. So first off, before anything else, I'm going to use one of my key points. Get the name for it of what I'm doing.
Finally gets a
It
chance.
is going to give me patient defense. I have dodge as a bonus action.
There you go.
So we got that out of the way. Then, because if I move any closer, he's going to try and hit me because I'm already in range.
No,
Or
that's
did they change it?
That's
not a
3.5.
Oh, okay. So screw it. I'm going to walk up 5 feet towards him.
To this towering snail.
And I'm going to go ahead and hit him with an unarmed strike. So I'll get another 2 AC just to make sure. And as I'm punching him, I'm going to shout at the top of my lungs, Falcon Punch! 20.
Natural 20?
Yes.
With your Falcon punch.
Probably loud.
With your
Sorry.
Falcon punch, please tell me how you slay this thing. Describe to me how you kill it.
So, like, I basically walk up and just kind of wind back and just absolutely just punch with, like, just as if I was trying to throw like a baseball, just put my whole shoulder into it, just punch it right in the front.
Yeah.
And then
Into his brains.
And then just kind of reach in, try and grab something, and rip it out, and let him just bleed out.
That's more what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. All right. With that, back behind you, you hear Mom says, "You got it! Awesome! You should go tell the princess."
First,
Let's check this thing
does
for a
this thing
show.
have any shards?
Let's take
you
a
almost
look.
look disappointed that she said that. Shit, didn't he? Didn't he almost look disappointed? Like, oh.
It's like, oh, they remembered.
All right. It
I never put
does.
that shard into my shirt, but
I
either.
genuinely want to get one of these stalks off the thing because if it's
Yeah.
like a mace, this is the coolest thing.
Yeah, you can totally cut one off and use it as a mace.
Groovy, let's do it. There's 5 of them.
I'm
There's
gonna
5 of
cut
us.
one off.
I'm not touching that thing.
One? There's one of them? Ooh,
Which one was that?
toxic.
Okay. So they're generally the martial weapon, caster focus, and armor all do the same thing. It's just based on element type for the element gems. And then it's ring, amulet, and other that are different.
So that amplify elemental gem could work with this one because it's an elemental
Yes.
gem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing as the fire one.
That's
does,
cool.
too. Yeah.
That's cool.
What's it? Read it out. What it does.
Okay, so the toxic gem. So when you apply it to a martial weapon, when you hit, it does an extra D4 poison damage. As a caster focus, when you hit with the spell using this and the spell deals poison damage, the target takes an extra D6 poison damage. When you in armor, when you are hit by poison damage, you reduce it by 2d4. In a ring, you gain the ability to cast Detect Poison once per short rest. As an amulet, you gain advantage to saving throws to resist poison. And other, you gain the ability to excrete a poisonous mucus from your skin. Any creature that hits you with an unarmed or natural attack must make a DC con save, or DC 10 plus your con mod. Con save or become poisoned for 1 minute. Poisonous mucus from your excreting.
I have a question for you. Would my character be able to, like, through like insight or something, be able to tell that saving a piece of like the shell would make for a good shield for someone, and we could sell
It's a big hunk of metal.
big hunk of metal, so we can just break off a part or whatever?
That would take That would take.
I think
Time.
Yeah, it would take some time.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure, because I figure if you had any people that could use shields, a nice reflection would be.
What's that?
I'm gonna give the shard to Felric.
Okay.
Oh,
He gets,
That was pathetic.
so we just need to get you something so you can.
I'd recommend just some other, because then you excrete mucus, which is kind of gross, but you're already beautiful.
Yes.
In this world, yes.
I coax our little friend forward to just say, "Do you want to see him up close? I mean, he's dead now, so he can't hurt you."
He says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. You can stand behind me if you'd like, but if you're if you don't want to, you're fine. But if you're curious, you're welcome to. Yeah. I'm gonna go up there. You can come with me.
He says, "Can you stab it with your pointy thing first?" to make
Absolutely.
Sure okay. So he walks up and he waits for you.
Okay.
He's like,
Okay. I'm gonna grab a little nub. Is what I'm seeing in my head, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
He snaps. He's like, "That's for my brothers and my sisters." And he just starts stabbing it.
Oh, I like this guy so much.
Kind of like what you with the panther.
Yep, exactly. That is so funny.
Oh my god!
I love this guy so much.
He says, "Oh man, today has been a ride."
It has, brother.
He says, "I don't know if you want this back."
You know what? Do it again.
He says, "No, I'm spent.
You're spent? Alright. I got real, like Gideon?
I've been sporing all day."
Yeah. Gideon got a little glint in his eye. And you could tell he was like, almost like savoring watching him do this. Like, yeah. It might have been a little, it was odd. But at the same time, he's like, do it again. Yeah.
He says, "Okay, we should get back."
Yeah.
We get the flails. They're just the
Yeah, you can cut those off, and you can use those as flails or maces.
a regular mace.
Awesome. That's awesome. I don't carry one around, even though I don't think I can actually use one.
It's very gruesome.
Yes, it's very rock and roll though. I'm just
All right.
saying.
So you guys find he leads you back through the winding maze, but at this point you kind of know which direction to go.
Yeah.
He kind of has you stop though, and then he's like, "Okay, mindless one, they're all right, even though we were just here, right?" And then he brings you back to the princess. The princess says, "Thank you for helping. And now that I know that you are truly friends, I'm gonna allow you guys to have two more."
Is one of the guards still there?
Yeah, there's a few guards around. Yeah,
They're great.
yeah. There we go. Grumpy old guard. Yeah. I'm gonna have Liz. Why don't you draw one, and Klaus, why don't you draw the other one? Okay. Come here and draw.
Oh yeah, the Brutals.
Ooh. 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 What do you have, Ryan?
Magical Force Gem.
Okay.
On martial weapon, when you hit with an attack using this weapon,
Those three are all the same.
Oh.
Basically, it's just damage type, and then it's ring, amulet, other.
so
That's a brutal one. It's
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
for ring, you gain the ability to cast shield once per short rest.
Oh,
Amulet, you gain the ability to sense magic within 10 feet of you. This sight cannot penetrate barriers. And other, you gain the ability to bypass the defenses of ethereal creatures with your melee attacks.
I have a question.
You
On the brutal, you may re-roll damage rolls of 1.
Yeah. So
So
when you,
potentially, if I rolled on all ones on sneak attack, I could re-roll my entire sneak attack.
yeah, but once.
Any ones, I could
Any
re-roll.
ones once. If you roll a 1 again, you wouldn't be able to.
Well,
keep
yeah. Snap. Okay.
it. Or you want to read that one out?
Yeah, I can read it.
Yeah.
You have to
So-
do it in your character's voice, though. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
We would
We'll
never
get
get
to it
the
in
point across.
Spanish.
I vote that the princess takes control of my body and reads this for me.
Okay, there we go.
And explains to the viewers what it is. Brutal Gem, martial weapon. When you hit with an attack using this weapon, you may re-roll damage rolls of 1. Caster Focus. When you hit with a spell using this focus and the spell deals fire damage, you may re-roll damage rolls of 1.
But fire damage? Oh no, any damage. That's a typo.
Any
You
damage.
just scribble that out.
Yeah,
and
scribble that out. Any damage. You may re-roll 1.
Here, you want to use the button?
That's probably
red
from
one?
me
Here,
copying
use
and
the red
pasting. Probably.
Let's keep with the color scheme he's got going on.
I'm gonna fix
Heals
that
and-
when I get home.
Alright, so you may re-roll damage rolls of 1.
I made a lot of these.
When you are hit by a melee attack, the attacker takes 1d4 piercing damage.
Oh.
In armor. In ring, you gain the ability to cast haste once per long rest. Amulet, when you critically strike on melee, ranged, or spell attack, then that attack gains 1d8 damage. Other is when you miss with a melee attack, you may choose to make a second attack roll at disadvantage. If you do, the target takes 1/4 of the normal damage.
Goodness.
Like instant damage. So, yes.
So the brutal gem is brutal.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. And with that, she says, "Thank you. And I'm giving these as good faith that you will use these to strike down the Grand Archon."
Who is a, and then I go into another string of insults.
Expletives.
She says, "I will try to speak to my kind. If you ever need refuge, just go to the Carrion Grotto. That's where my kind reside, nearest to the surface."
This specific carrion grotto, or like every carrion grotto?
Every Carrion Grotto.
There's more than one.
There's at least 4.
How would they know that you sent us?
It's 4s.
One of us
She
needs
says,
to get spawned.
if you are unaware that I can telepathically message as I'm speaking to you right now, and I can send word to my queen, who's the most powerful amongst us, and she will spread it around.
Where is she?
She is at our grand city, deep below the earth.
Grand City? Deep below the earth?
Yeah.
It's horrible. Alright. Excellent.
What are you using as a enhanced piece
I have a quarterstaff and a robe.
that you bought
Yep.
that uses these things?
Yeah, of course that
A
would be a
rope?
focus.
Yeah.
Or melee weapon.
Can you remind what that magic gem does? I think I wrote it down.
It enhances, doesn't it?
It was just
Like,
the regular magic gem.
Yeah.
I have that it's a +1 weapon or armor. Ring can restore a first level spell slot, and an
Well,
amulet is a
can I-
+2 to unarmed attack.
Can I maybe?
That sounds about right.
I mean, him
You
or
want
I really don't have.
Hold on, I gotta get to my sheets here.
Like, I'm not sending a lot of, like, my things are all saves. I don't really have a lot of shooting magic. I'm not really going to be stabbing.
You
It's a
want
lot of,
You want an extra first level spell slot?
that would be really helpful since I kind of keep you guys together a lot.
Because that's healing word right there.
Which one is that?
That's the one I have.
Oh,
In
Oh.
my, that I put in my rapier.
Are we going
You also
to
get, and if you put it in
shuffle
other,
around
you
a
get
little bit?
+5 movement speed.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's why we were.
Yeah.
No, but I don't care for movement speed because I can bonus action dash.
All right.
Well,
So-
that would make it
I know,
even better.
but
Yeah.
I'd rather him have an extra healing spell.
Mhm.
You have cantrips.
Yes.
And scary.
Yeah.
Can we just ask
So
what
let's-
happened when he, like, what did he roll?
Was it one
Is that
of
okay
those
since it's past? What did he roll with
His wild magic?
It was one of the ones that refers to fact.
Oh, the wild magic. So the wild magic was the closest paladin has negative to his initiative permanently.
Ooh.
I just posed some
You
random
slowed
paladin.
some paladin down somewhere.
And they are angry. And they're gonna find you.
I made a
They
surprise.
just suddenly are like, oh,
And
I
they're
don't
gonna
feel
kill
good.
you.
All right. So with
Oh,
that,
that's awesome.
she says, "Please, if there is anything that, any information that I can give that will help you in your journeys."
Oh.
Do you know of anyone else who is unfriendly to Buttface, Mage Guy?
She says, "All those kind that live below the crust.
Okay.
More would be unfriendly, but the curse.
Mm-hmm. So if we want to find friends, go down, go deep.
Go deep. However, there are other dangers deep below as well.
Probably.
Creatures that have long fed on mana for years and years before the cataclysm."
Goody.
Mm-hmm. So there's not really anyone above ground, or we already know someone who might, like some apprentice, right? Is that who we were gonna go
There's
look
the
for?
Well,
possibility.
there's multiple apprentices that as long as they can somehow subvert the curse, then they would be a potential ally. But we don't know where they are. They're probably in hiding.
Okay. Well, at least
They
we know
possibly
where
are
we can
below
find
the
some
surface.
friends.
Possibly.
Because if his curse only affected the surface,
Okay.
then
So then, actually, does it bother any of you that we were having this conversation out loud? Because it's just like, so that's what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Have you heard of any
she's
former apprentices
telepathic.
below?
I don't think I'm gonna bother keeping secrets.
She
from her.
says, "I have heard of a few apprentices, and they have made their journeys below, but I don't believe any still reside.
Yeah.
I may be mistaken, or I am not
All knowing.
all
Would
knowing."
your mother, the queen, know?
She could, yes, perhaps. If anybody did know, it would be her.
Could you ask her?
My message will take a few days.
Understandable. Okay. Do you know anything about like the big shards?
She says, "Oh, you're talking about the shards from the Sundering,
Yes.
Sure.
from the Cataclysm
And I
itself."
look at Elrinda.
Kind of try to slightly mush like no.
Do you know where they are?
She says, "I know of one. Yes, I don't know of the others.
Where is it?
Further south, you will find a giant fortress. It is within, held by one of the Grand Arcanist's most trusted allies."
Who is it?
I fear you're going to have to find out for yourself. It's a long and arduous journey.
And your is there another grotto around that area as well?
She says, "There is one nearby, yes."
Did you send? Okay. Yeah.
By the time you were to arrive at one, if you left, then my message would have been reached.
Okay. All right. Gideon went from terrified of this place to being like, this is now, yeah, my retirement plan is to live with these people.
Just beware, though, the grottos themselves are very dangerous.
Okay.
I can't think of
I
any
can't think of any other questions. Can you guys?
No.
No, she doesn't know about the crystal in my guy in Elrindel's chest, so I'd rather leave before.
She's an ally now.
Yes.
What if she would be able to, I don't know, give some insight into how to control that craziness in you?
All right,
It hasn't acted up today. I'm getting a better handle on it.
with this, she does say that you can rest here and be safe here. But if you choose, you want to head north and visit the Grand Arcanist, you could. Head south and go to that fortress, you could. If you wanted to just wander around randomly, you could. Next week we're going to do some world building exercises.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Because the landscape is not just for me, it's for you. So we're gonna do an activity where we kind of build the world together.
Okay. There's one thing I was gonna ask her. And see if in the pile of dead there happened to be any kind of like special armor that you could put one of these things in.
No, she says I mostly lure the beasts.
Okay.
After
So not us.
she says it takes some time, but after their bodies have worn down, I can control them and bring them here.
Oh.
Sports.
Okay.
There is one thing I was kind of curious on, simply because of me being a ghost, and that wasn't really a thing back in the world. When it comes to the shards and me being semi-incorporeal and all that, can I just put a shard like in my arm and get the effect, or no? Yeah, fair enough.
We might just need to get you some greaves. Is that what those are? Gauntlets? Greaves?
Greaves are leggings.
Oh, so gauntlets.
Bracers.
Bracers, yeah.
So.
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then, I guess we'll stay.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Long rest.
You guys will take a long rest here,
Okay.
and then when we come back next week, we're gonna start off the whole session with like this nice world building thing that I have planned. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. It involves basically think of it like when you guys play Settlers of Catan and you're placing down hexes and whatnot. Something similar to that, except for we're placing landmarks and where places you've known and visited are and that kind of thing. Cool. So
I'm gonna burn up a bunch of spells just to make sure that, because the way we long rest is different.
yeah,
Right. So I need like
you're gonna burn all your heals.
I'm gonna
We can do that
burn-
off camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And can we sort shards out off camera?
Yep.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask and see.
We'll decide that off camera, and then we'll just when we come back we can say this
update.
person has this thing,
Okay.
this item.
We'll
and whatnot.
shuffle some stuff around.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it. Next time we're gonna do some world building, and then we're gonna start doing our grand journey to the south. It sounds like.
Most
Sounds
more likely.
like.
Yeah.
More likely. Yeah.
We're
Yeah. yeah.
probably
We will
going to
see
die.
you in 1 week or in a few minutes if you're binge watching episodes on YouTube. Goodbye.